Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. And today, man, this is the post game reaction to the Colorado Buffaloes loss to Oregon State. When you come across the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, please smash that subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. On this channel, we cover sports, hot topics, roundtable talk, and the marriage chronicles. I see everybody in the comment section. Hashtag salute. And you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. But let's get right off into it, man. Colorado Buffaloes suffer another setback with a loss to the Oregon State, 26-19. And guys, I want to tell you something. I know Colorado and Deion Sanders has been under heavy scrutiny ever since Deion Sanders has took over the program. But I think, they're moving in the right direction. But guys, if you go back and look in any sports, there's always a significant loss that stands out that can take the wind out of your sails, man. And we'll go back to that loss to Stanford when they was up 29-0 going into halftime, and they let that game slip away in double overtime. That is one of them losses that can weigh on you. And after that game, we heard it in the post-game press conference with the head coach of Deion Sanders. Seemed like he was demoralized, seemed like he was searching for answers. The quarterback, Shador Sanders, when they asked him questions about it, he sounded defeated at the time. He sounded defeated. And the bad thing about that is you're leading up into your bye week, so that's playing on you. And after a loss like that, you want to get right back out there and try to revenge that. So they had a bye week. They had time to think about it, preparation. And then they go into that next following week and they play UCLA and they get beat. And it's just a downward spiral now. So leading up to last night's game against Oregon State ranked number 16. And Colorado had a chance to win that game. There was some shakeup, in the week of preparation. Sean Lewis was demoted and Pat Shurmur was called up to, do the offensive play calling. The first half of that game, it really wasn't no different. The offensive line still wasn't able to protect Shador. Shador was sacked 4 times. The first half, he had a pedestrian first half, 11-19 for 43 yards. The opening drive that they had, he fumbles the ball when they was in Oregon State's red zone, and that changed it. Oregon State came down and scored after the turnover. And then Colorado's next possession, they marched the ball down and they got a field goal. So it was 7-3. It was a defensive struggle going into that late in the second quarter. Oregon State had to punt the ball away, and Colorado had the ball with like 36 seconds left, and they're backed up on their own 3-4 yard line, and Oregon State had timeouts, and Pat Shurmur come out passing the ball. And Deion, in his post-game press conference, he said that was one of the things that changed the output of the game. Instead of going into halftime down 7-3, knowing that you're getting the ball back to start the second half out, now Oregon State has a chance to score. So they had to punt the ball away. The returner gets a good punt return. Then you get a flag on the play, add 5 more yards. So they're already starting out in Colorado's red zone. And then 2 plays later, they throw a touchdown pass. So now you're going into halftime losing 14-3. And let's take a listen to what Deion Sanders had to say about that particular possession.
To get the job done, and it's painful. It hurts myself, the team, all the coaches, the fans, some of you as well that actually care. They played a valiant game. I love their coach. I love what he stands for. I love what he's about. I love the way he's resurrected that entire program. But our kids fought hard. They really did, and I love the fact that they didn't have any quit in them. That they rallied at the end and gave a heck of an effort. We just wish that we could do that in the midst of the game, the first, second, third, and fourth quarter with consistency, and we haven't found that level of consistency as of yet, and that's what's truly disheartening. Right before the half, we wanted to get out of there because we know we're receiving the ball in the second half, so the plan was to either get a first down and try to go, or if we don't, if we're not successful on first down, okay, let's hit the clock. Let's hit the clock. We had a drop. I think we had maybe 1 or 2 drop passes on that series, which is very unfortunate. Then they get a tremendous return. They had 3 timeouts. We knew that going into it. They had a tremendous punt return, and they were able to punch it in, which is crazy. And that hurt tremendously. The score right before the half, because we know we were getting the ball in the second half. Had we not done that, the score is 7-3 at halftime. But unfortunately, that was the case. At the end of the game, we had 3 timeouts. I was instructing one of the officials that she's done a wonderful job, and I'm not blaming her that we want timeouts at the end of the various plays, but they've got a first down. So when I made eye contact and I saw that, it was like we didn't have timeouts. I'm like, and I just saw that. Like it confused me. Like we didn't have any timeouts left. I'm pretty sure it's on camera, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Now you heard what Deion had to say, man, and it sounds like, you hear the frustration in his voice, and, Shedeur Sanders' press conference as well. And, at one point they asked Shedeur a question and he was like, man, I just got mad. He's not used to losing, and he feels that he is the best player on the field every time. So that second half, when they came out, they started out, they had a good drive going, but they had to end up punting. And then in that fourth quarter, late in the third quarter, that's when Shedeur Sanders put 2 drives back to back, impressive drives, 75-yard drives, found Travis Hunter for a touchdown. And on that second drive, he found Hankerson for a touchdown. Shedeur, he ended up, throwing 24 for 39, 245 yards, 2 TDs, but he was sacked 4 times. Travis Hunter still, seems to impress a lot of people defensively and offensively. He had 8 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown. Like I said, Hankerson, he got the ball in the end zone on a short pass from Shedeur. But the announcer was saying that the whole game that they don't have the max protect. They don't bring the tight ends in because they leaving their 5 offensive linemen out on the island, and they're not picking up the blitz. Guys are just running free defensively, coming in, taking shots at Shedeur Sanders. They don't have that extra running back in the back to, help out on pass protection. And that's costing Colorado and Shedeur, for Shedeur to be getting hit so many times and taking sacks. But I felt like in the second half, Pat Shurmur did do a better job of getting the ball out of Shedeur Sanders' hands quick enough on some of the calls, and the tempo started picking up. So you can see things, going in a, better direction. But, Colorado can't put games together from start to finish. It's inconsistency. I mean, you can't wait till the end of the game to start getting things going and expect to come out and win these games. But like I said, man, that Stanford game looms big, and you can feel, some of the the tension around the locker room with the head coach, with the coaching staff, with the players. Like when you get a gut punch like that from the Stanford game, it's hard to recover. And these guys are reeling for answers. And like Deion said, he tried to shake things up to see if that can get some things going, which I felt got going in the second half, but it's too much inconsistency, man. And I look back at the game with Stanford, that's the game that hurts. Going into that game against Stanford, you was 4-2, had a chance to be 5-2. So the game against UCLA and the game against Oregon State, that's predicated off of that loss to Stanford, because now you want guys to believe, and that take the belief out of them. These are kids, man. So, a loss like that can be demoralizing. How do you regroup and how do you rebound from a loss like that? I mean, all is not lost, but I think that ship has sailed. And somebody said it's less and less people on Colorado's sideline now that the air has been deflated out of the balloon, man. So hopefully, Colorado can get things turned around, man. I don't think the season is lost. I mean, they can, get the next 2 games, and, it's going to be interesting, man. So you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. Keep smashing the like button. Keep sharing the video out. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.